This is an update video on the 23 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. This color is called the Baltic Gray. It's last very well over the last 14 months that I've had it. So this vehicle was purchased June 23. It is now 2nd September 24. So it's just over 14 months. I've done about 15,000 kilometers, just over that actually, and it's done its first year's annual service with 12,000 kilometers. That was in May this year. The wheels, the tire is about, I would say, 70% life left in them. However, these tires were out of service, meaning that they were not used for about 5 to 6,000 kilometers, because I put a 20-inch wheels with an all-terrain tires on them for some off-road trips that that was taking place at the time. What do I think of it? I mean, this car is quite impressive still. It's got all the technology that you needed. It's got the night vision. It's got the third row monitor camera. It's got the third screen for the passenger. It's got basically everything that one can wish for and ask for on the option list that are very comparable to the German rivals. The air suspension is very comfortable. However, it's really not trail rated, but that we can discuss a little bit later. The fit and finish, it's acceptable. I mean, it's not the best, but it's totally all right. The gaps and everything, I mean, it's just been consistent throughout. There's a lot of little Easter eggs that kind of shows the heritage of the Jeep. You can't really see it because of the tinted glass on this side, but if you look carefully, especially if you wash your own car, then you will see there's a lot of Easter eggs that one can find on this car, which is quite interesting. So what do I think of it in general? I think this car is worth every cent that you spend on it. In terms of reliability, it still needs to be tested out. I'm not so sure. I've only had it for a year. I have joined the forums from the US, and a lot of people were complaining about how unreliable this car has been. A lot of people complain about electronic problems. A lot of people complain about some mechanical issues with this vehicle. I must say, and touch wood by saying these things, I haven't had one day of trouble with this car. I haven't had any light. I haven't had any funny noise. I haven't had any transmission, engine, suspension, any issues. It's just been wonderful. I started up every morning. I haven't had any issue with, you know, something that didn't come on as planned, the screen goes black or anything like that, anything to that nature. It's been starting up day one and even till today. I mean, it hasn't failed me whatsoever. So yeah, maybe I'm the lucky one that I have just had really good ownership experience up to now. This paint and this color and this paints, it's just impeccable. I mean, it's really, I mean, I wash my own, okay, I wash most of the time, myself most of the time, and it's really stood up, you know, for this 14 months that I've had the car. It's still shiny like the day I took delivery of it. I made a mistake of going to a car wash once, and that really caused a lot of the swirling on the paint, but other than that, it's been fantastic. The brakes are really natural and strong, so I have no problem with stopping power. All the electronics have been working 100%, and yeah, I really can't fault this vehicle. It's a pity that it's not a better seller in this country. So what don't I like about it? I must say, for the performance, the fuel consumption is terrible. I'm averaging at the moment about 14 liters per 100, and it's just not the best in this class. It doesn't have the kind of torque to justify the fuel consumption. But then again, it's an OV6, which is reliable. It's done its days, I suppose. I don't think this engine should be continued in the lineup without some kind of forced induction to make it more modern and more competitive towards the other brands. And the ride, I was expecting a little bit more, not trail rated like the Wranglers, but at least more off-road worthy. Part of the reason I think it's this wheel and tire combination. You know, this 21-inch is just rubbish for anything that is off-road. It's actually very comfortable, normal driving, you know, highway, suburban roads, school runs. It's very comfortable, it's very quiet, but these are highway tires. They are not designed for off-road whatsoever. And the air suspension is also tuned towards the more kind of, you know, smooth roads, and it's designed more for highway and speed and than off-road purposes. So I would say that this car, it's a bit of a disappointment when it comes to the off-road situation. I truly believe that if I had an 18-inch with a big fat, you know, sidewall, it would be much more different. But haven't really tested out because I was always worried about the tires, you know, being slashed or punctured. So we never really ventured too far out of its comfort zone. What else? Yeah, I can't complain about reliability. I can't complain about the bottom finish. I can't complain about the luxury aspect or the technology aspect of the vehicle. The storage space is abundant. There is absolutely nothing wrong with anything and everything that this vehicle offers. And it's a good looker. I mean, if you look at it, it looks masculine, it looks purposeful, you know, and the lines are clean. Very American, I must say, whatever that means. But it's a very handsome looking vehicle, especially in this particular color. It looks, you know, very proper, if that's the right word or right description, for the lack of better words. It looks really nice. It looks really like a car that, you know, if you're seen in this vehicle, you know, you can see that admiration in their eyes. Okay, it's not a German X7 or a GLS or a Q7 or whatever, so you don't really have that brand appeal. But when people look at this car, they know you are a person of choice. There's one downside. It's the badge. Jeep. It's not doing well in South Africa. So I don't think the resale is going to be anything good at all. And given that the Stellantis at the moment is giving huge discounts on their vehicles, because they're struggling to move the vehicles out of the lot. It's a shame. It's really, really a shame. I mean, so for somebody who's not, you know, too fussed about having a turbocharged V8 under the bonnet and all of that, this is really a very good proposition. I think there's only a handful of us in South Africa, especially here where I stay, that are actually driving this vehicle. And forget about the 7-seater configuration, even the 5-seater, the normal Grand Cherokee, they are just not selling, even though they are fantastic vehicles. Don't ask me why, I don't have answers to that. But for those who are interested in this vehicle, highly recommend it for what this car can offer and also what this car is capable of. This thing on the highway is just so comfortable. I mean, it's incredible. But other than the fact that, you know, I don't think this resale is going to be anything good, it's a fantastic vehicle to ever have ownership experience on. So I don't know. I mean, the itch is coming, so chances are I will be looking at other things, maybe trade this one in and get something else just for the ownership experience. But for what it's worth, while I still have it, you know, it's really a fantastic offer. And I've said this many times, when you see something that's value for money, you got to cherish it. I don't know how long I will still have this for, but for as long as I have it, I will enjoy every kilometer of it. Cheers.